What happened on this day in years gone by?
OK, born on this day, the American actress Rita Hayworth, 1918. Evel Knievel, the American stuntman, was born on this day, 1938. And Eminem, 1972, the American musician, rapper.
Big day.
Yeah, so are you an Eminem fan?
My wife is.
Is she?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I like him. I think he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Mum's spaghetti.
Yeah, I think he's good. And he can act a bit as well. Anyway, on this day,
what's his best song?
Lose Yourself.
Yep.
I like it. Good song. 1968, the American action film Bullet was released this day. It featured Steve McQueen in what many consider his primary role and best known for its iconic car chase sequence. On this day, 2018, recreational marijuana became legal in Canada. No one happier than Snoop Dogg and Willie Nelson. And on this day, 1979, a featured event, Mother Teresa was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh, well deserved.
Yes.
All right, Hour of Power. We'll catch up with, coming up, Peter Snowden, Emily Browne, Adrian Bott, Matthew Dale, along with Brad Parnham, Steve Wolfe, Rhys Radford and Mack Hall.
Here's an important message for breeders. If you own a staying mare and are undecided on this year's stallion, consider these extraordinary facts. 9 horses by sessions from staying mares to the track. 3 stakes winners of multiple stakes races that include It's Closing In, Sales Session, Fancy Red, Sessoir, Blazing Emerald, Silver Eye and Lover Session. That's 7 Saturday winners. Sales Session was a late November foal, so don't worry about late covers. So make the smart decision with your staying mare and join the winner's circle by contacting Neville or Adrian at oaklandparkstud.com.au.
But it's the warrior, romantic warrior, 2 on Liberty Island. It's history at Sha Tin.
Don't miss a minute of the best racing in the world from Hong Kong at Sha Tin Racecourse this Sunday. The best jockeys, trainers and horses do battle for huge prize money, and punters can bet into massive pools. Tune in to Drive and the Sports Daily for interviews with local trainers and jockeys, along with the best racing analysts to find that next winner. Hong Kong racing from Sha Tin this Sunday, with full coverage here on Tab Radio statewide.
For 30 years, Phoenix Insurance Brokers has built a trusting association with their clients by providing a professional, but more importantly, personalised service. As a member of the Steadfast Group, their name is synonymous with reliability and experience. Competitive rates, risk identification and a fast, efficient claim service is a priority at PIB. They can also tailor competitive solutions for all of your insurance needs. Contact Phoenix Insurance Brokers today at phoenixins.com.au.
Have your say on the Sports Daily by contacting the Retrovision text line. Whatever the topic may be, whatever you think, we want you to have an opinion. Contact the Retrovision text line on 0427 789 571. That number again, 0427 789 571. Retrovision. RAC members save an additional 5% every day at Retrovision.
That's the sound people make when they kick off their boots. Unless they wear steel blue. In which case, that's the sound they make when they're putting them on. Steel blue work boots. Established in comfort.
There's free entry for the final meeting of the season, the Tonkin Newmarket at the KBRC. Thanks to sponsors Blue Spec Drilling, Quest Cranes, Rebel Dams, Esperance Bay Turf Club and The Force by Emico Ray McGill Memorial. There's plenty going on with Seasons Awards presented on course, Mrs. Whippy and Fat Buddha Tie. Gates open at 1 p.m, first race at 2:20 p.m. Come on down for the final time this season to the KBRC, the greatest show on turf.
There is no greater feeling than winning on the punt. And if you fail to prepare, you are prepared to fail. This is the golden hour where knowledge is power. We know life is short. That is why we focus on what really matters, finding winners. Time is the longest distance between now and start time. The clock is ticking.
All right, as we mentioned, Peter Snowden, Emily Browne, Adrian Bott, Matthew Dale, Brad Parnham, Steve Wolfe, Rhys Radford and Mack Hall, hopefully all to join us during the Hour of Power. Clearly on the East Coast, a busy time, so we'll get to our guests very, very shortly. Diggers, please, just an update on those tipping races again.
No problems, TCM. SR9, the Caulfield Cup, SR7 and SR9, the Everest and the King Charles, and then here at Ascot tomorrow, the Crawford Stakes, PR8 and PR9, the Group 3 Eurythmic.
All right. Mark's got in touch on the Retrovision text line, 0427 789 571. Your top 10 diggers. One that you forgot to mention in the honourable mentions that he thinks will be in there after the carnival.
Yes.
Storyville.
Okay. Don't disagree. Well, I do disagree because I didn't have her in my top 10. I think it's a really important time for her, this campaign. And we'll get to see her tomorrow fresh, which will be good.
Yep.
It'll be good because 12 months ago she was outstanding, wasn't she?
Yep.
Beating the boys.
Our first guest on the Hour of Power will head to Sydney. Adrian Bott joins us on the Sports Daily. Adrian, thank you very much for your time.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Are you in Sydney or Melbourne tomorrow?
I'm in Sydney at the moment. Obviously, big day here. Fortunate to be able to split the team. Gay's in Melbourne for us.
All right, lovely. Who do you think your best is in Sydney? Where do we start?
Yeah, I'll look, I guess, kicking off with Royal Patronage. I think he's, he's long time between runs, but he's had a nice exhibition gallop at the races there Wednesday week ago. He does race quite well, fresh for us. He's, he's Group 1 winner for us, and I think he looks well placed in this race. So I think he's in good shape.
One thing I suppose you can be confident with Adrian is the fact that he likes the Randwick Mile.
Yeah, loves the track. He's performed very consistently there, and he's performed nicely off, I guess, sort of good, strong tempos. So most likely to get that with Pride of Jenny in the field.
Absolutely. What did you make of his run in the Bill Ritchie?
Yeah, look, he was open to a fair bit of improvement going into that run. It was never an ideal setup in terms of the race. We sort of were kicking off a little bit later than we wanted to, so we had a number of options open to us, but none of them were suitable really. So whichever way we chose in the end was going to be a difficult ask for him. So it was a nice kick-off point to get him up and going, but I thought he ran well just given the conditions.
All right, that is race 9. In race 8, you've got a dual-pronged assault on the Silver Eagle, itself a very important race. Can we just go through both of these runners, please?
Yeah, I thought Shangri-La Springer had come back in great order. 1200 fast-paced race there. I thought he closed off nicely. 1300 still might just be on the short side for him. Obviously just want to see a nice competitive run to show that he's on track, because he'll be no doubt better suited sort of third up when he can get out to the distance of a Golden Eagle. Gerringong, I thought she was excellent there last start. She's been a bit unlucky throughout her runs. You can sort of make a case for each and every one of them. But yeah, I thought she stuck on very well. So she's fitting deep into her campaign and looks in good shape.
All right, so Gerringong's the better of those two chances?
I would have thought she's better suited at the conditions of this run.
Race number 4 on the program, Dominetta. Can you make a case? Drawn 1 should get a beautiful soft run.
Yeah, should get all the advantages there. She's, I thought been consistent for us this preparation. I've liked her. I've liked her run. She's getting up to a more suitable trip now. So this has sort of been the main race that we've sort of had in aim and had sort of targeted for this preparation. So I think she sort of gets in well here.
How do you assess the prospects of Major Beale in the Big Dance Wildcard, fresh at a trip which he's probably short of his best?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. And, he's probably got to go back a couple of campaigns before we did see him winning there first up. So I think he's in terrific order. I thought the horse was going well, and I thought it was going very well last preparation too. But I guess, traditionally shown, it does take him that couple of runs before we sort of see him at his best, and once we get him out a bit further deeper in the campaign.
Race number 1 on the program, Kakadu Sunset. Can you make a case for this filly?
Yeah, I thought the first up run was excellent. She sort of got back and ran home nicely. Second up may have sort of looked a touch disappointing. She was sort of remaining at a shorter trip, and just in the small tactical field, she just sort of raced outside the lead and was just at every sort of chance, but she just probably just raced a bit sort of strong within herself. So getting getting out and trip to a bigger track where, hopefully there's a little bit more speed on, and we can sort of ride her more in the pattern where the sort of advantages her. I think she can certainly show some improvement, and it's not a race with a huge amount of depth to it.
Adrian, Rock Empire rises in class, in the final event of the day, but can he post back-to-back wins?
A good effort last start. Short turnaround here. This is a nice, suitable distance for him. He's showing nice improvement off the back of that last start win. It's big field, open, competitive race, but he's drawn well. I do feel there's nice improvement in him. He will be able to take that probably when we can get over that a little bit further, a sort of mile, and maybe even sort of try and stretch him out to 2,000 this time in.
How confident are you that Browne can win a Caulfield Cup?
Yeah, obviously he's just got to carry a bit of weight, but I thought he's drawn well for him. I think he's been an excellent all preparation. Been so happy with him this time around. So I'd like to think he could win a major race for us. He's travelled down, arrived in great shape. He's coming off an unlucky start there in the Metropolitan. I'd put a line through his second up run, and his first up run was excellent. And even sort of going back last campaign, he was unlucky in a Group 1 and raced consistently all preparation. So I feel he's in great shape, and if he can handle that weight or sort of giving away a bit of weight to a few of the others, it obviously brings plenty of class.
And how often a day are you asking for updates on Sir Delius?
It's fantastic to have a horse be involved with a horse like him. Very, very exciting heading towards the Cox Plate and Melbourne Cup for everyone involved.
All right, the best chance tomorrow though for the stable?
Yeah, look, I'll stick with Vauban that we just discussed. I think there's a lot of things in his favour, and he's been building nicely towards this race.
All right, beautiful. All the best, Adrian. Thank you very much for your time.
Appreciate it, guys.
There's Adrian Bott, confident about Browne, and we've spoken about that after the Metro. Pretty unlucky there in that race, building towards a win.
Just needs no bad luck to be competitive in a race of that nature, even though he has the 58.5, you'd think.
You would think so. A couple of nice chances for Emily and David Browne ahead to Caulfield on Saturday. Just kicking McGaw, the last start winner. Emily joins us on the Sports Daily now. Thank you very much for your time. Emily, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Emily. Thanks so much for your time. I hope all is well over there in Melbourne. Just Kick goes around in the ethereal, drawn low. Can you give this filly a push?
Oh, I'm hoping now with a decent draw, we can sort of hopefully not be too far back. She didn't miss the kick a little bit last time, and then just got into all sorts of trouble. But Damien came back and he said, keep pressing on, the filly's going great. We just had no luck. So we've sort of taken that on board. She's come through the race really well. And, they're only 3 once. So even though she's a maiden, I think she's been running well enough and doing sort of enough that you sort of roll the dice and have another crack at it.
Stepping up to the 2,000 metres, what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I think that should suit, especially the way she sort of gets home well. And saying that from that low draw, we don't want to... Hopefully she can just naturally bounce and be slightly closer and in a good spot because we don't really want to push her, first time to 2,000 to go forward. But if she can just be in that slightly closer spot, I think she'll finish off well.
Emily, McGaw was outstanding in the Danehill. Can he win again there tomorrow in the Gothic Stakes?
I think it's interesting. I think I've been ruling outside draws for weeks, and then all of a sudden he got one, and I thought, I don't think that's ideal for him.
Hard to please.
I'm so hard to please, and honestly, I thought afterwards, you've been asking for this for weeks, and now you're complaining. Hopefully, obviously he always steps a little slow. But then he's got such a high cruising speed. He manages to get up and going. So I'm sort of hoping he can get up and going a little bit quicker. Given now that he's had a few more starts, I'm hoping that, that natural progression, he will jump better. Very, very happy with the horse going into it. I think he's doing really well. He hasn't missed any feed, and he's finally getting a good coat. So, we're quite confident that he'll run well. Obviously, he meets a few of the others. Tentaris is going to be a little bit more match fit and things like that. I think we've got to respect them all. But yeah, hopefully nice run and safely through we can head to the Coolmore.
It seems like there's a lot of improvement with this guy. You just have to watch him and he's sort of not really knowing what he's doing totally. And then, as you said there, he's a little bit slow away. So there's clearly a lot of improvement to come with him.
Yeah, I think so. He's endearingly not the sharpest tool in the box. He's a lovely horse to deal with, but he takes a bit to get the hang of things. So, and we love him because of it. But, I think every start he's getting better and better at realising what he's there for. Hopefully natural improvement. He will just keep going forward.
Fingers and toes crossed. He has a really good day at the races tomorrow. Thank you so much for your time, Emily. Best of luck.
Thank you.
There's Emily Browne, of course, in a training partnership with David Magor, as you said, was very, very good.
Yeah.
Down the Flemington Straight, was allowed to run by Damien Lane, and that looked to suit him.
Staved off the good filly of Johnny McArdle's, my Gladiola, on that occasion, so good form, you would think, and hopefully he can go there tomorrow and back that up.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Peter Snowden takes a nice chance to that race as well. Raging Force, a horse that we haven't seen at the races for a month. Peter joins us now on the Sports Daily. Thank you very much for your time, Pete, and a good morning.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Going very, very well, thank you. How's Raging Force done since that last start effort in the Run to the Rose?
Yeah, look, he's gone well. He all went a bit pear-shaped for us there. He went way too hard that particular day. He's run a sectional through the roof way too quick, and he pulled up a bit worse for wear afterwards. I was contemplating tipping him out or keeping him going, and gave him an easy week in the stable. He picked up quite nicely, and I gave him a nice soft trial here at Warwick Farm 2 weeks ago, and he trialled excellent. Took the winkers off him. He relaxed beautifully and trialled excellent. So thought straight away about this race in Melbourne on Saturday, and there he is. But I'm more than happy with him. I'll do a little bit of pace with him on Tuesday morning at Flemington, and he's in good order.
Pete, you've been around the Cape a long time, so he goes to that trial. It's a tick-over mid-prep trial. What did you want to see to convince you to progress with this campaign?
I just need to see him come out and relax, because he was given a little bit of rev up out of the gates the start before when they run the Rose, and he just went away. He went. He took off. So sometimes I can really mentally fry them, and I just want to make sure in my mind that he got over that thought. And he was beautiful when Tommy rode him. He jumped, just put his head down, sat off the speed, then he quickened up with himself without being asked. So I seen what I wanted to see, and I'm confident now that he'll reproduce that on Saturday. Albeit it's a pretty strong race, but he's definitely above average horse.
Acacia goes to race number 5 there at Caulfield on Saturday with runs behind My Gladiola and Mahuna. How does gate number 1 suit Pete? Because the form on the board reads really well.
I hate complaining about good gates, but look, probably not the best horse to have barrier 1. She does get back a wee bit, but she's going particularly well, and more than happy to see her in that race. And the race that she can certainly win. It's an open fillies and mares race, but she's got talent. Every start she's had, she's been racing against top grade horses and been very running very good races. So I'm happy to see her there, and she always needs a bit left from the draw.
Can Zealously win again in race 6 over the 1,000?
Yeah, great win first up. Yeah. Very fast when he's a fast horse, but he's taken home company for the first time, but I think he's up that grade. I think albeit it's a strong race, so he's definitely a good chance. He's a little bit underrated, this guy. He's probably hear a lot more about him.
All right. Can Media World win again?
No, I thought that until I seen Pride's horse in there, and I got a shock of my life to see him in there, but he's just so well weighted under set weight condition of the race. We're getting a kilo and a half off him. He's won about 5 times more money than what our bloke's won, so I'm not sure I'll run him yet. I'll make a call tomorrow, so whether we run or not, but look, he's going great. Both runs back in have been terrific. There's races for him every week. There's one at Moonee Valley next week, and there's 2 different races over the Carnival in Melbourne that we can run him in, so not sure he'll run, but if he does, he'll run well. He always does run well, but I think the favourite's just too well weighted and too well graded to beat, but we'll see what happens.
All right, Pete, you've got Tuileries going around in the Tristarc over the 1400 to round out the day there at Caulfield. It's a very even race. How do you assess her prospects?
Yeah, I thought she's very good at Flemington. Her first go at Group 2 level, I thought she was really good. Wasn't beaten far. Lesser down there. She has a couple more weeks down that way, and seen her work Tuesday, and she looks very good. So certainly come on again from that run. She's had a nice preparation. Every run's been better than the last run, so she's still on the way up. On a good gate to get a good run, and meeting a similar field as she met last start, so she's not without a good chance there.
In Sydney, the team have Firestar and also Lavish Empire. Who's the best of those two chances, do you think?
They're probably just out of depth a bit, Firestar, but he can run well, and Lavish Empire is more probably the big dance suits him better than that race on Saturday.
All right, so just listening to you this morning, would Zealously be the best of the stable's chances at both Caulfield and Randwick, or have I misread that?
I think so. I think he's our best chance. He's, as I said, a pretty underrated horse. He's got good talent and no weight on his back. It is a solid race, though. Yep. We've got to get his best to win, but as I said, I think he's a pretty handy horse.
Great to chat again, Pete. Thanks so much for your time. Best of luck, mate.
Welcome, guys. Thank you.
There's Peter Snowden. So Zealously goes round in race number 6. Underrated horse who you'll be hearing a lot more of.
Agreed. Lightly raced, has a good strike rate, no weight. Robbie Dolan rides, and the first up win was terrific.
I think Acacia's worth a little something there at around the $5. Needs a little bit of luck, as Pete said, from gate number 1, but the form on the board reads really well for a race like that. First up, we spoke about My Gladiola, McGaw. Top sprinting 3-year-old form, was beaten less than half a length and beaten by Mahuna last time in the Heritage. So, reads like pretty good form for a listed race over the 1,100 metres for fillies and mares.
Exactly right. No, he's got some really good representation, particularly in Melbourne, it must be said, and certainly the Raging Force run last start at divided opinions. Does he get 1,200? And, well, Pete's of the view he's worth another shot, so here he is there tomorrow in the Gothic.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Our final guest from the East Coast will take a look at the Kosciuszko from Randwick. It's race number 5 on the program, and Matthew Dale joins us with the favourite Front Page at 480 with Tab Touch. Matt, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Matt. Great to have a chat to you. Can Front Page carry the 60 kilos and win the Kosciuszko tomorrow?
Yeah, look, I think he's a big chance to do so. He goes up a kilo on his previous couple of attempts. Look, he's won it twice with 59, and he gets the extra kilo penalty for winning the Group 2 starts ago. But, look, he's in really good order. It's a race that suits him. Naturally, the market will just take him on a fraction, being a 9-year-old and going up that extra kilo. As it generally, does look towards younger, lightly raced horses. But he's in really good order, and I think he'll be very hard to beat there tomorrow.
Has the prep been nice and smooth?
It has, yeah. No, we had him in with plenty of time, and we followed practically the blueprint that's had him 4 first up attempts. For me, so far, have culminated in a Kosciuszko win and a Kosciuszko second and 2 Group 1 placings in the Galaxy. So we followed practically that blueprint again, and it's all gone smoothly. So he'll present there in good order. He enjoys being fresh. He races really well first up, and I think he'll run well.
Matt, he's one of 3 that you've got in the race. You've also got Boston Rocks going around. Has drawn low. Tommy rises in class, but his best is pretty good.
It is, yeah. Look, first up, he was super in a nice race down in Melbourne. Second up of 5 weeks, he was a bit disappointing when getting caught wide, and he had just got away on us a little bit there. He's a gross doing horse, so we sort of screwed him down a little bit more into his latest run, which was fantastic run there behind Disneck. If Disneck was in the Kosciuszko, he'd probably be a $2.50 favourite on. So good form lines, good tough run there last start. Tommy got a feel of him, and he gets a nice low draw to sit just behind the speed. So I'd like to think he's a genuine top 4 hope.
All right, you also take So You Pence to the race as well, $31 with Tab Touch. Last start second. Can you make a knockout case? Yeah,
look, she's a different product. We usually put forward horses more so, older seasoned horses like Front Page and Boston Rocks. But as the field was taking place and there was a sort of, I suppose, a bit of a drop-off in depth in the race after the main few, we were happy to put her name up, and she got the last slot. She raced really well first up, and she's come on from that. and right down in the weights. I think she'll run, better than I'd suggest. She's in good order.
All right, so front page the best of the three, though. Would that be fair?
Yeah, absolutely. If he brings anywhere near his A game, even being 9-year-old, with the big weight, he'll be very hard to beat.
All the best on Saturday, Matt.
Righto, guys. Have a good weekend.
There's Matthew Dale, of course. Learned a little bit more about him.
Yes, we
came
did.
over for the Quokka. Front page. Didn't work out for front page on that occasion, unfortunately. Drawn wide and got caught a little bit deep, but other than that, as he mentioned there, his first up and fresh form's very, very good.
Yes, it is. So he earns his weight. We know that. He's won in excess of $3.5 million in stakes, the old boy. He's been a burster, and he'll get his chance tomorrow in that very rich race.
Lovely. We'll chat local next.
Make Tab Radio your station of choice. Each weekday morning from 5:30 with the Sports Daily.
Welcome back to the Sports Daily. Digby Beecham's about to give you the tipping races for your chance to win a $100 Tap Touch voucher.
MR9, the Caulfield Cup, SR7, the Everest, SR9, the King Charles, and then PR8 and PR9, the Crawford, and also the Eurythmic.
All right, about to catch up with Brad Parnham, Steve Wolfe to follow, Rhys Radford and Mack Hall taking a look at this program from Ascot tomorrow. 10 races, 1 minute past 12 start time as well. So a nice early start, nice long day there. Magnificent Andy backs up and Brad picks up the ride on Twain's Angel in the Crawford. Brad, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Brad. Thanks so much for your time on this Friday. You link up again with Magnificent Andy, a horse you have a wonderful association with in the Group 3 Eurythmic Stakes. How do you assess his chances?
Yeah, look, he's obviously a horse who rarely puts in a bad run. He's always trying his best. So, he's drawn 6 there, and I think the only real speed is from Comfort Me. So, look, depending on how he gets out, we'll determine where I land. But if he gets a nice enough run throughout, we know he's going to be putting his best foot forward and running a pretty good race.
Did you think he'd take good improvement from that Golden Saddle run?
Yeah, look, he was first up, so he generally does seem to get better as the prep goes on. So yeah, look, I'm expecting him to sort of take a little bit of improvement.
All right, now you pick up the ride aboard Twain's Angel in what is a competitive Crawford Stakes. Where do you get from that gate, Brad?
I don't exactly know where I'll land. I'll probably just sort of see how the race unfolds. With the 1200, there's no rush to make a decision. So see how we jump. I haven't spoken to Sean or Jake yet about how they'd want me to ride it. But we'll see how it works out. But I think this horse obviously ran a pretty good race the other day. So if we can get a nice enough run, I'd say we'd be playing a bit of a part in this race.
Absolutely. All right. Fun Chal in race number 10. Ride for Grant and Alana. Do you know too much about this horse and how she's going first up?
Look, I don't know any more than what I've seen. Obviously watched replays and all that. This horse is obviously kicking off its prep. But, look, it trialled against some nice horses the other day and to my eye, seemed to trial pretty well. So, drawn a bit of a sticky gate, but might get off the pace a little bit or something like that. But I'd say, the way it trialled, it probably should be running a decent race.
Brad, in all your experience of riding, horses that sometimes adjust to Belmont end or Ascot end or vice versa just don't handle it. What's been the main issue over the journey, do you think, with horses who might not have the best record at one track yet excel at another?
Yeah, I mean, there are certain horses that are track specialists. Ascot, Belmont's a pretty standard track. It's got that nice big bend and a long straight. So a lot more horses seem to hand Belmont, whereas Ascot's a little bit more unique. The turn's a bit tighter and some horses are able to kick off that bend a lot better than others. It's just a bit of a different setup. So, you get some horses that really don't handle it that well. But, you know, I think most good horses sort of find a way to sort of get through it anyway.
Yeah, for sure. And the reason I asked that question, I know it sounded a little bit obscure, was the fact that Under Influence, who you do ride for Dan, and Ben in race 2 over the 1100s, had 7 goes at Ascot and is yet to run in the top 3. But his best and the form he's displayed this campaign on occasions would be good enough to be competitive in a race like this, you would think.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Now, see, he is a bit of a strange horse, that one, because he tends to not show any pace early.
Yeah.
He's always off the bridle, and you know, he does rattle home late, especially at Belmont. So with him, it's probably a case that he just takes a bit longer than most horses to balance up. And at Ascot, the straight's not as long. So look, but like you say, he's been running pretty good races against some good horses. So hopefully we don't have to worry about that. Hopefully he can sort of pick one up at Ascot. But I would say that's probably a reason with him is the straight's not as long and just probably doesn't balance up in time.
All right, Ruben Sealing did win a maiden last time, jumps the 3-year-old company on a Saturday over the 1,400 metres. Can you make a case for this lightly raced Ryan Hill trained galloper?
That was a nice enough win in its maiden the other day. So, yeah, look, hopefully we could find the top again. I don't know if there is another leader, to be honest. I hadn't had that closer look, but we'll probably be on pace. And, it won pretty nice the other day. So we're looking to sort of do something similar and hopefully be going pretty close.
Now, Brad, 2 horses that you ride again. You rode them on Cow Cup Day. Cold Shizzle in race 5 over the mile, and then More Than Enough, who was perhaps a shade disappointing also on that day over the mile in race 6.
Yeah, More Than Enough. Yeah, it was a little bit disappointing that day. I expected him to go pretty close, and he ran really good the start before, and just disappointed us for whatever reason. And I'm not sure how he's been since and whether there was a reason for it. But look, if he can race how he did 2 starts ago, I give him a good chance because it was a really good run that day. So don't really know what to make of that one. So we'll just see what happens tomorrow. And Cold Chisel sort of run a bit better race last start. So hopefully we can keep seeing improvement from that horse.
Magnificent Andy, your best chance though?
Probably, yeah. Like he's obviously a bit of a war horse. He always does his best. So I'd say he would be my best chance, and probably a horse like Twain's Angel I thought was a ripper run the other day. So those 2 probably, I'm going to the races, would be my best chances.
Were you happy with the trial of September Born?
Yeah, I was. He's a bit underdone, so I just sort of got him back, and Sky Duke was sort of a fair way in front of us running along, and I pulled him out of the top of the straight, and I expected him to run home well. But he got to the 100 metres and he really started to feel the pinch there. So he probably didn't quite run through the line how everyone else expected, but he's just probably not quite forward enough yet. So he is entered for trials Monday, and he might go around again then.
All right, thanks, Brad. All the best for tomorrow.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
There's Brad Parnham. We'll keep moving. Steve Wolfe takes a nice chance at the Crawford as well and Rope Them In. We get to see back at the races. So, Wolfie, good morning to you.
Good morning, boys. I won't do too much whinging today because there's probably enough of that done on Thursday when we have the meeting with the RAWA officials. So we'll take it from there. Thanks very much for Simon for organising that, but ready to go. How are you, lads?
Yeah, we're great, Steve. Great to have a chat to you. From where we sit, it looks like you've got Rope Them In back. Is that fair?
Yeah, pretty good. It's just been a bit of a struggle this week. We've been back in Albany, and unfortunately we couldn't gallop on Tuesday morning because we had no grass and sand's totally unsatisfactory. But no, he had a good gallop last Saturday in Perth and was in pretty good order. So hopefully he can measure up this time around, you know.
So how close to his top is he come Saturday?
Oh, look, good horses are never far from their top wherever they are if they're right, are they? I've said I've never seen a good horse get beat because he wasn't fit enough. They might pull up a bit underdone, but they generally go to the wire, you know. He's in good order, a pretty reasonable field. And he's in a hard spot now. He's not a big horse, but look, he's in good nick, so we just got to go forward, and he's got a couple of months ahead of him, so if we can keep him happy, I'm sure he'll be competitive.
Are you any closer to working out what his prep looks like, Steve? Are you committed to the mile and beyond, or is it 12?
No, well, look, it wouldn't matter with him. He could go either way, but I think the railway looks more of a race that, because he gets in under the handicap conditions, probably nearly get in on the minimum. But that looks the option, but never say never. There's always a few good ones in whichever way you go. But look, that's the plan theoretically. But I can change my mind like the weather.
Okay. Now, where are we at with Fiery Spark, who gets the shades on tomorrow, race 3, this 3-year-old 1,400 metre event?
Look, would hope he bounces back. I think he's just got a bit of a growing spurt, and his last run was completely out of character. I thought he's a pretty handy horse, so I think he's returned to somewhere near his best form just recently. His work last Saturday was quite good, even though he worked on his own. He was pretty casual. He's been very happy since he's been back in Albany. So you would like to think that he could come forward. I didn't think that, all the way along there wasn't much between him and Testy Pharaoh. Thought he had the edge on the other horse. Well, of course the other one's come forward a bit since then and only been in ordinary company, but look, I'd be disappointed if he didn't improve. If he doesn't, he'll be going to the paddock, obviously, and let him grow, because he has got ability, but I think he is still growing,
Yeah, the blinkers go on. Will that improve him?
Oh, you would think so. Not for any reason other than just he's always been a bit of a smarty, and nothing been really wrong with him. He just plays because he knows he can. And whilst we haven't really tested him with the blinkers on, he's just made him concentrate a little bit more.
Yep. Odinaka racing in really good form in race number 5. You've also got Little Silver in that race. Is Odinaka the best of those two chances?
I would think so, yeah. Like he's been racing really well. He's run into a front runner up in Cal, and so he couldn't reel him in. He sort of, I would have thought he'd be ready for the paddock now, but he's racing that well. You might as well keep him going, and hopefully he can go well.
Is Gage Rhodes getting closer to a win?
Gage Rhodes is one of them horses, as we all know, and unfortunately for both Craig and me, he doesn't like winning. I think he's going an online auction very shortly.
Okay.
So, he's probably a good buy for someone. Craig probably doesn't want him, and whilst he always runs a place, I probably don't really need him. But I wouldn't say get rid of him. He's honest and shouldn't be too far away over the mile.
What about Brave Spirit? What did you make of his first up effort?
Oh, well, surprised someone didn't get time out of that. I don't know who caused the problem, but he's lucky he didn't come down. So he came through that all right, but mightn't have done his confidence any good. He jumped well and was pole-axed. I think Trevor's was in it, and one come from the other way. And so it was a bit of a mix-up, really.
Yep.
So I don't know who was to blame, but no one got blamed, which happens occasionally. So hopefully he can bounce back. He's sort of, he's nearly done his job. He's won a Racken Tour, and probably just be nice if we could win another race somewhere on the road. But we're pretty happy with him.
Fair enough. So you should be, Steve. Best of luck tomorrow, and what is a big day. Thanks for your time, mate.
Thanks, boys. See ya.
There's Wolfie with a nice team going to Ascot on, tomorrow. I keep saying on Saturday, but it's tomorrow. Comfort Me and October Rocks go to the races for Rhys Radford. He's about to join us. And then Mack Hall, the team going extremely well. A winner last Saturday, a winner the Thursday before that, and then Saturday, and then Wednesday.
Yeah, Yard's going really well. Mack, he's done a great job with his team, so he's to be commended for that, as is Rhys with the job that he's done with Comfort Me over a long period of time. The old boy is now 9 years of age, Comfort Me, and the trial would suggest he's ready to run an excellent race in a race that he won 12 months ago, TC.
Yep, absolutely. The state's best trialer, Comfort Me. He looks to get a beautiful map, as we spoke about yesterday on the show, and then Brad made mention of it as well, Brad Parnham with Magnificent Andy. He might be the horse that has to jump well and sit outside Comfort Me. You never know. But Rhys Radford joins us now on the Sports Daily. Rhys, good morning, and thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, morning, Taylor. How are you?
Going very, very well. How's Comfort Me going?
Very good, mate. Can't fault him. His work's been good. Happy with both his trials. Don't mind a barrier draw, actually, for once tomorrow. Looks like the other early speed in the race seems to be outside us, hopefully. So, we're hoping.
Rhys, good morning to you. What was the report from Holly post that trial when he beat Joker's Grin?
Yeah, morning, Ditch. Very good. She said he feels super. Everything looks to be on target, so we'll see how we go tomorrow.
Are you able to compare him to this time last year where, of course, he did win this race?
No. Look, he's going every bit as good, I think. He hasn't changed a lot, to be honest, throughout his whole life. He's always worked well. He seems as happy as ever. So, no, with the right run, I can't see why he couldn't win it again.
Is he just automatic, Rhys, in regards to, you know what you're going to get from him each time you work him, each time you feed him, and when you see him every morning? He must be a sound horse as well.
Yeah, he is. Oh, look, yeah. To be honest, most days are exactly the same.
Yeah.
He always gives you 110% every time you chuck a saddle on. He is an easy horse to train, I suppose, in that way, yeah.
All right, race number 3, you also take October Rocks to Ascot there tomorrow. Did win a race there at York, clearly easier grade, but what sort of talent levels does October Rocks have?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I wasn't surprised that he won at York. He has showed us a little bit. He keeps improving every time he steps out. Probably what shocked me the other day was the way he won. He looked quite impressive, actually. So, no, I think tomorrow from the good draw, we should get a good look at him, yeah.
All right. Well, Rhys, we'll let you be. Big day tomorrow, clearly, with Comfort Me defending his Eurythmic Stakes crown. Best of luck tomorrow, and hope he runs the race of his life again.
Yeah, thanks very much, boys. Thank you.
There's Rhys Radford, runs the race of his life. He's done that on about 12 occasions.
I know, and why not do another one at 9 years of age?
Why not?
3 times a runner-up in a railway stakes, placed at weight for age level, I think in a Gold Rush as well, a winner of this race 12 months ago. I love him because he goes there and trials the house down. I thought something might have been amiss when he ran third in his first trial this time, and I thought, oh, geez, maybe age has caught up with him. Well, he left age behind. He's got father time at arm's length at the moment. Not many have.
No, him and Scott Pendlebury.
Oh, exactly right.
They're the only two in the room at the moment, having a chat to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to catch up with someone eventually, but at the moment it doesn't look like it's Comfort Me. And if the day plays out like it could, and a lot of leaders are winning and maybe on speed's advantaged, with that map advantage Comfort Me has, he might be backed in that market. He might sell a lot shorter than
correct weight, exactly.
what he is at the moment. All right, we spoke about Mack Hall a little bit earlier on, the team going extremely well. Joins us now on the Sports Daily. Mac, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, TC. Good morning, Diggers. How are we?
Very well, Mac. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. Now, I've been told, I'm not giving up my source, that you won't be at the races tomorrow. Is that correct?
I'm still working on that. There's, I've got a little bit of negotiating to do with the bride.
A wedding?
Yeah. Yes. The bridesmaid. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are the chances of you being at Ascot or attending a wedding?
I'd love to be at.
Yes, you'd love to be at Ascot, but.
Oh, we've lost it.
Are you there, Mac?
We switched over the Bluetooth.
Mac? No, lost him. Oh.
Hello, sorry.
Mac, got me.
Gotcha.
So, the chances of you being at Ascot or being at the wedding?
It's probably 50-50 at this stage, but I think by the end of the day I'll have it sorted. I'll be at Ascot.
Okay.
What time's the wedding? Race number 6. It's at 3:15. Will that be fine?
That's what I thought, yeah.
Well, it seems like you've got a battle ahead. Now, what we can focus on, if you are at Ascot, is Wembenyana, because he was terrific. He was aided by a gun ride, obviously, by William last Saturday, but it was terrific to see him break through again.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he was a good ride. Sort of didn't really go to the plan that I thought it would pre-race, but Pikey's he's the best in the business for a reason, and he summed it up well. And as soon as the horse sort of saw daylight, he's got a sharp turn of foot, and he showed that on the weekend.
He's racing this time in like probably 1,600 metres like he won last start, and then on Saturday he's probably going to get further than that.
I think so, yeah. If he can sort of still show that turn of foot over a trip, it's going to really stand him in good stead when he gets up through the grades. I mean, as you get further, the races get a bit weaker, and we've always thought he's got some gears, and Pikey sort of confirmed that Saturday. So, hopefully he can do it again. Was it always your intention to back him up? It was always in the back of my mind. I knew that race was there. There's a 66-mile next week that we could have gone to. I just thought you might be running into the likes of Asphalt and some other handy ones on the way up. So when I was surprised to see when the noms came out that this race sort of lacked a little bit of depth without sort of being disrespectful to anything else in the race. There's no linchpins in it, so I thought it would be a good opportunity. He pulled up so good that there's no reason why we can't back him up.
All right, what about Pretty Divine? Can this mare give a little bit of cheek out in front in race number 4?
I thought so, yeah. I thought she was quite big first up. She went to trials and she was very big, and she still trialled good like she always does, and then went to York from a wide gate, and I thought she was too fat to win that day, and she almost got run down, but hopefully she's come on enough. You'd probably see her in the yard. She still is a little bit fat, but drawing the pole, she should get out in front, and Braden's ridden her before and just got nailed on the line, so he knows her pretty well, and he'll have her in front, I'd say, and should take some catching.
Okay, so you said that she might still have some improvement to come, Mac, though. In saying that, has she trimmed up from that first up performance?
She has trimmed up a touch. She just does so well in the stable. She's a real good eater, and we've had her for sort of 3 seasons now, and she's just got better and better each prep with the way she handles each run. She pulls up so good and licks the bin. So she has trimmed up a little bit, but you'll see she is still a little bit on the burly side.
All right, so it sounds like Wembanyama's the best. How confident are you for the listeners? We can have a bet?
I think you can have a bet. The price is gone now. I was pretty happy to see $2.90, and now it's a little bit short. But I'd be disappointed if he wasn't fighting at the finish. I think he's a pretty smart horse. We've always had an opinion of him, and I probably messed around in the lower grades for too long when he was carrying 60 and 59, and now that we've sort of pulled the trigger and gone to Saturday grade, he's getting some better, more genuine tempos and running better races.
Mac, best of luck on the domestic front, and best of luck with your 2 runners.
Thanks, Dix. Cheers.
There's Mack Hall, as we said, team going very, very well. Pretty Divine and Wembanyama there at Ascot on Saturday. That's the first 2.5 hours of the Sports Daily.
Correct weight, yes.
The Park team will slide into the chairs very, very shortly. Chris Vogt, special guest. They'll take a look at the Group 3 Western Gateway.
Looking forward to that. Looking forward to getting some sponsors' messages, TC, and what promises to be an outstanding Saturday of racing.
Absolutely. Enjoy. We'll hear from you on Inside Running tomorrow morning.
Thank you.